What is up, guys, and welcome back to Real Fun Times. I am Snowy.
I'm the doctor.
And this week we are coming to you from the river. We have a little mini vacay, and we are doing some river stuff as we talk about this week's film.
We like to call these the river recordings.
Yeah.
It's awesome here, you guys.
It's really nice.
I wish you could see it, but you can't.
My parents are hosting us for the weekend.
And boy, I feel like we're queens. We've won some sort of contest.
Yeah.
All the foods and beverages you can think of. Look, guys, I'm stoked to be here. I'm having a great day, a great week, great weekend. It was beautiful weather yesterday. Today, it's a little bit on the windy and overcast side, but it's still gorgeous to look at.
Yeah. It's nice to mix it up.
It is nice.
Yeah.
But how are you, Snow?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right. Just
Glad to be with your parents.
very, very glad. I haven't seen them since Christmas, I don't think.
They're a hoot and a half. And we're also blessed with the presence of Aunt T.
Aunt T, yes.
We're getting a threefer.
Wow.
And just when you thought you had enough.
Yeah, so it's awesome family weekend and just hanging out, and like I said, we've been eating our faces off, and
So bad, you guys. It's gonna be a tough Sunday.
Ugh.
Yeah, I'm gonna crash hard. But yeah, so you had plans to come to see your parents, and I just kind of hopped in the car and was like, I'm going.
Not how it happened at all. How are you? Everything going good?
Wonderful, having a blast. In fact, last weekend I saw my folks, so it's been a folk heavy month, and I've enjoyed it for sure.
Excellent.
Yeah, excited to talk
Ugh.
Battlefield Earth, but not because it was a great film. I'm gonna go right out and say it. This film is straight trash.
The other week on our social media, I asked the good people, I said, what's the worst film that you've seen in 2021? It can be an oldie, it can be, and the only reason I didn't say this is just because we hadn't said we pulled it out of the sombrero yet.
Right. So we should probably go into our live watch intro and get into it because there's a lot to get into.
There's a lot to get into. This is a long ass movie.
Oh, it's so long, you guys.
We were like 45 minutes into it.
Before we get further, because I don't have a lot of great stuff to say. I'm going to go ahead and make that clear.
All right. Tonight's movie is Battlefield Earth.
Mm-hmm.
According to IMDb, it's the year 3000 AD, and the Earth is lost to the alien race of Psychlos.
Psychlos? I love it already.
Same.
Say no more.
Play. Humanity is enslaved by these gold-thirsty tyrants who are unaware that their man-animals are about to ignite the rebellion of a lifetime. They're man-animals?
Manimals?
I mean, could they not even just...
Manimals.
Could they not say manimals?
That's going to be my new sitcom.
No, man-animals. Come on.
Manimals. Love it.
Yeah. Man-animals.
Talk about man-eater.
Oh. You know what a sucker for Hall & Oates I am. All right, shall we press play?
Oh, we must.
Okay. First off, when we read the about animals.
It's not a good start, you guys.
It's not. And they say it an absurd amount of times in the movie.
A lot. And we're going to say it a lot.
We are. Yeah, at first, like, Drea was like, oh, manimals. It's like, no. They couldn't even do that. They couldn't even make a hybrid of the words.
That was us. Okay, so we should just launch right into the previews because I think we've got a lot to say here.
I do. I've got quite a bit of info.
Tell us.
So this movie, for those of you who don't know, it was based on a book by L. Ron Hubbard, which actually, I guess my dad, who's a huge reader, told us last night that it was an excellent book.
Yes.
He said the book was excellent.
I was shocked.
I really was.
I wanted to say stuff with my eyes too so bad, but I thought maybe he could see my eyes. I backed out. But wow, what a shocker.
Yeah. And this movie was actually based on the first half of the book.
half,
Mhm.
meaning they meant to do more of
They were
these?
going to do a second one, and it bombed so badly that they said no mas.
Wow. Well, what would the second one have? It's hard enough to even digest what this was.
It was directed by Roger Christian, who actually worked on Star Wars underneath Lucas.
Get at it underneath them, huh?
You
That's what happened then.
heard it here, guys.
Where we went
We're
wrong.
gonna start rumors.
And I'll say real quickly that the production company was Warner Brothers.
The production company was Franchise Pictures because they actually they had a thing. They would always be like, oh, we're going to produce these movies so cheaply. And they said that it was going to be like 74, 75 million. They actually produced it for like 40 million and then pretty much pocketed the rest. They got,
What?
yes. And that was their whole shtick, apparently. They ended up getting sued and had to pay out 121 million in damages, which I don't even know how that math really works.
Amazing. So Warner Bros. Must have been involved, but as like
Maybe it was a parent company
yeah,
or something because
but
no
they were
major
really
production companies would touch it.
interesting.
And I guess Travolta had wanted to get this made since the 80s when L. Ron sent him a signed copy of the book. It was after his success in Pulp Fiction that he was like, that he actually got the traction back.
Travolta was the main push here.
Mm-hmm.
Even more
Yeah.
interesting.
Put 5 million of his own money in to the project.
Wow.
And guess who he wanted?
Has he said anything about it since it bombed so badly?
We'll talk about this. We'll talk about this.
Perfect.
Guess who he wanted to direct this film?
George Lucas?
Quentin Tarantino.
Tarantino!
And Tarantino was like, hard pass, bro.
I can't pass hard enough. I'm not even in basketball. I'm not a quarterback.
Gotta go.
Hail Mary.
No Hail Marys, amount of Hail Marys could have saved this movie.
No.
So yes, it was Roger Christian. And then it was written, the screenplay was written by Corey Mandel, J.D. Shapiro, and then it says, and others. It's like, cool, good.
Those guys are like, you don't have to, we're good. You know what might work? Just call us others. There's so many of us. Just don't list us out.
And obviously, like, we're not going to talk really like a bunch about like Scientology, but obviously L. Ron Hubbard created Scientology, and John Travolta's Scientologist. Apparently, the head, David Miscavige of Scientology, like rumors, he had a lot of creative input in the movie. Apparently, there were some like really prominent Scientologists on set.
Fascinating, because we're definitely going to say that. I'm going to follow up on Snowy's comment. We here at Real Fun Times, we have no interest in going political or religious or
Mm-mm.
any into the big ones that people don't.
Yeah.
No, it's not part of our fun times.
Yeah, that's what we're here for, is the funness of the times.
There is a super big elephant in this room, but we're just going to let him chill and have
Hope
a
he's
good-
comfortable.
Yeah. Can I get you a pillow? Maybe a beverage?
There's a lot in this house.
Cindy's rubbing off on me because talk about ultimate host. Amazing.
That's honestly, that's where I get
see
it
where
from.
you get it from. It's all becoming very clear.
Yeah, my mom had she hosted like a lot of parties and stuff growing up, and it was always a really fun. And I don't even, I feel like saying spectacles is like kind of the wrong word, but it was kind of just a very fun production when it was time for everybody to be there, and all the food and the way it was laid out and all the little things that she did, all the little touches.
Seeing someone like Cindy host is like, it's a glaring contradiction of my inability. I'm terrible at it. I'm like, yeah, I mean, come over if you want. I'm not gonna do anything special at all. Might clean.
Bathrooms that way.
You know what to do.
I had a lovely time that one time I was at your house.
Well, thank you.
I thought it was great.
You finally made it.
I did. It was
We
great.
corrected that issue. Guys, I did my best.
All right, so let's get into some ratings
Let's
for
do it.
Battlefield Earth. IMDb, 2.5 out of 10.
Ooh.
Rotten Tomatoes, are you ready for this? 3% on the tomato meter.
Three.
3.
I
With an
love that.
audience, now mind this is out of 100. Audience score, 12%.
They were very generous.
Metascore, whose rating system is not,
It's a
excuse
10.
me, is 100.
Oh, 100. You're
100.
right. You're right.
9 out of 100 for the
Wow.
Metascore, and the user score is 2.1.
Slaughter.
Yeah.
I feel those were very honest users.
Yeah, not like Our people at Amazon.
No, our people at Amazon, they must be bots.
Yeah.
I'm the 4.5 bot.
Let's go ahead. I need to get out my phone to make sure I get this quote correct.
Ooh,
I really want to start hard here, guys.
okay.
Um,
I like that approach.
So you asked about how John Travolta felt about the film. He said he referred to this film as like Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, but better. And then he had the audacity to say the Schindler's List of science fiction films.
No,
I'm not even
Travolta. That is a ballsy.
Yeah.
The Schindler's List of science fiction.
When this movie came out, it actually ended up tying Showgirls for the most Razzies ever given out.
I was going to ask about the Razzies because this has to be one of the worst things I've ever seen.
Yeah, for sure. It actually won every single Razzie it was nominated for. The only person to get out of it was Forrest Whitaker because Barry Pepper, who plays Johnny, our
lead
hero,
our
won-
lead manimal,
he won in the category. They were both up for
worst
best co-star, or
Mhm,
male figure in a film, and he won it over Forrest Whitaker.
And I think that's fair.
And both men have put in some severe regret at starring in this movie.
Oh,
Both of them have gone on record.
I imagine for Forrest Whitaker, this was a real low point.
Who is such an insanely good actor. When I was researching his filmography, it's like you forget how many amazing things that he's been in.
Wow,
And
that's quite the list. Give us some. Do you have any?
Oh, I sure do. Fast Times at Ridgemont High, North and South, Color of Money, Good Morning Vietnam, The Crying Game, Jason's Lyric, Ready to Wear, Species, Ghost Dog, Way the Samurai, which I loved that movie. I
don't know that I've seen it.
Oh, I was super into it back in the day. Last King of Scotland, Blame It on the this is just a little sidebar fun thing for me. He was in the video for Blame It on the Alcohol by Jamie Foxx and T-Pain. And I love that song so much I can't even deal with it. We might have to watch
that after this recording just for funsies.
He was in Repo Man, which we've actually talked about on the podcast before with Jude Law.
I liked that.
Loved that movie.
I thought it was a fine sci-fi, but it got a lot of hate.
It did, which I hated because I thought it was fantastic.
You hated that hate?
I hated that
that hate since 98.
Not gonna stand for it. Since I was 18, only since then now.
Things were good in childhood.
Rogue One, Black Panther.
That's
I mean,
right.
like it's such a small snippet of the stuff that he's been in. I mean,
you could call it the tip of the iceberg.
Indeed, you could.
A Titanic moment.
He was not in that.
No.
So, like I said, like he didn't win the Razzie because the other guy did. But after I guess I don't know if they had like Lifetime Achievement or Razzies or whatever they had. I'm not sure
I certainly hope they do. I'm going to write a strongly worded letter.
This movie also won Worst Pick of the Decade and Worst Drama in 25 years.
All of that is right.
Yeah. Jon Stewart once referred to this movie as a cross between Star Wars and The Smell of Ass.
Jon Stewart, that's genius. I can't put it better. And what's going on is it's a post-apocalyptic future.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say we're in the year 3000 or something.
I believe so.
It's way up there,
Mm-hmm.
way up there. And things went bad for humanity.
So bad.
Real bad.
And none it.
We don't know about that yet, but yes, we do find that out. We're introduced to our hero. Now, he's returned from a long journey because he had to go get medicine for his ailing father. Unfortunately, Dad didn't make it.
Sad.
He died during the long wait for the meds. And the hero didn't take it well.
He did not.
What's going on with that man?
Okay. So, one of the Nelson brothers just showed up, and he's got these sweet braids. Again.
2-side braids.
Yeah. Dad died in the middle of the night. He has gone to get medicine, which, I don't know.
It looked like 2 twigs.
It,
Maybe a clump of weeds.
and then he just threw it away. He just got yelled. He screamed really loudly and threw it off a cliff with
So
no regard
dramatic.
for anybody else who may be suffering from the same ailments as his dead father.
No,
Rude.
so rude.
And I feel kind of bad. So this is Barry Pepper, who plays our lead. Which, by the way, do you know what his full name was in the movie?
No.
Johnny Good Boy Tyler. And I was like, they kept last names. That's nice. Keeping that dynasty
I
alive.
love that middle name though.
Good boy.
That's
Yeah.
where it's at.
Yeah. So I had said, and we both kind of agree, we're like, oh, this guy, well, he hasn't been in anything. And I actually feel really bad about saying that because after looking through like his catalog, I was like, oh, he's been in a lot actually.
What's he been in?
He was in Saving Private Ryan, Enemy of the
Oh,
State,
oh.
Green Mile, We Were Soldiers, Flags of Our Fathers,
He loves
True
a war
Grit.
movie.
And most recently, he was in Crawl. He was the dad in Crawl.
You're right. I loved that one.
I
We
enjoyed
went
the
to the
shit.
movie for that.
We did. That was
Mhm.
such a fun.
Went to the movie for that.
And I
That's
don't
how
regret it at
long-
all.
That's how long it's been since we went to the movies that I couldn't say it right. We went to the movie for that. There used to be these songs called theaters.
They were sweet.
So big, the picture.
Sat beside a bunch of people you didn't know in close proximity.
Mhm, ate their popcorn.
Mm-hmm. You ate
By
their
accident.
greasy popcorn.
We're bad at theater. We shouldn't go.
If you got to pee, you were going to miss something.
For sure. For sure. You got to time out that drink.
You do.
Yeah. I always ask light ice. Because the ice, that's where they get you. They
Yeah,
water
there's
it down.
so much ice.
Yeah.
No time for that.
I want all the sugar in
All
my
the caffeine.
So
So he decides that he's. Then he's like. So there's demons, right? So they kept talking about demons.
yeah, it's very caveman like this place we're at.
Mhm.
Not very smart, these guys, and he's bummed out about being there, and he wants to go adventuring and figure stuff out in the world. And they're like, no, stay here because of the demons. They're scary and
He's
they'll
like,
kill
have
us.
you ever seen one? You haven't? Cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah.
And he does. He goes to check it out.
Yeah.
That's gonna bring us to our next live watch clip. We're calling this one Bad Up
Bad up.
Bop Bop
Nah.
Bad Up.
Ba-da-boo.
That's a weird name, but it makes sense. Just hang in
Parentheses
there.
McDonald's theme, but so we don't get copyrighted in
That's it.
parentheses.
Nailed it. I like that sweet braid.
His?
Yeah, there's only one. It's like, ugh, I got tired. There's a lot more hair back there.
Yeah. Maybe don't draw so much attention to yourself with a great big ass horn on the cliff side.
That's how they text now. Bro. What the fuck is going on?
The horse is freaking out.
Me too. I don't think you're supposed to ride your horse like that.
Oh no!
Oh my god, dude, it's not real.
It's
It's obviously not real.
is that a putt-putt course?
Probably. Yup, you were right.
Oh my god.
Good fucking call,
I
Snowy.
love a good putt-putt
I
course.
love putt-putting.
And that looks like that could have been a fun time. I mean, I'm totally down for putt-putting.
That's a guy.
It's definitely a guy. He's got a fucking golf club.
What do you know about gods?
Why is he grunting like that?
I don't know.
Wow, that was a real dumb fight.
Yeah, right? I feel like if they were that hungry, they probably would try to fuck up that dude's horse.
It's gotta be.
Like,
Plus, he had lots of those. Just chilling.
wow.
The camera being tilted like that is real dumb.
What a
They ordered man not to look at them.
what an innovation.
Those that disobeyed were frozen in
Solid
place for
effects.
all of eternity. The gods lived here, they could fly through here. Drive in chariots in front of special caves with golden arches. Gold.
Golden
Float
arches.
naturally appear. When the sun goes
Oh,
down,
Mickey
you can see the
D's.
rest of the gods in the night sky. They're the bright lights up there watching down on us. Oh, no, come.
The Michelin Man?
Evil beasts.
But like a weird one.
Yeah.
Super angry.
Cave.
He wants to fight.
Are you familiar with like the tire Nazi
I'm
in like
not.
Wilson? Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Now I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
Oh, the mall? I like a mall. Not a shitty mall, though. A nice mall.
I like a good mall, yeah.
Mhm.
So, we mentioned the angles at which the camera is. Those are actually called Dutch angles.
Oof.
And the reason
They went heavy on the Dutch angles.
they did almost every single shot in the movie is done that way because they wanted it to look like a comic book.
Oh, was that the thing?
That was what
That
they
was
were
the
hoping
idea?
for. And the
Oof.
guy who was actually, I think, the filmographer or did whatever,
Mhm.
he said it was the smallest budget he'd ever worked with.
Interesting, because Travolta put his own money,
Mhm.
and they had a studio behind it.
That was pocketing almost half.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's the big deal.
Yeah, they were
They
pocketing.
screwed it
Yeah,
big time. So this could have been at least not as bad.
for sure.
I don't know that it could have been saved altogether. To be honest, I think the material they were working with was trash to
Yeah.
begin with, but it didn't have to be like this.
Yeah, absolute garbage.
But what's going on in the movie is the main hero, Johnny be good. He heads out to find the gods and finds them at a putt-putt course, right? He's beating the hell out of a old putt-putt dino.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh, is this it?" And then
Runs into a couple of fellas
who talk like they're chimps.
in grunts.
Ooh, ooh,
They're hunters.
Mhm.
They're out in the prowl. They run into each other and they decide because they know where the gods are. He's like, "Show me the gods and I'll share my meal with you," because he's got a bunch of like squirrels or raccoons.
Something.
I don't know. And they're like, "Okay, cool." So they show him the gods.
Because they can speak English. They just
Do a lot more grunting than
yeah.
speaking.
Mhm.
And they had names. I don't remember what they were, but they were not like grunty names.
No.
I feel like they were fairly normal names.
And then one of the guys that's a guy, his name's Carlo in the movie.
Carlo.
And that's Kim Coates. And he's been in, I mean,
so many.
so much
things.
stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, Last Boy Scout, Bad Boys, Waterworld, Black Hawk Down, The
Mhm,
Island, Silent
mhm.
Hill, Resident Evil Afterlife. He was actually in Sons of Anarchy. Like, he had a recurring
Yeah,
role. Like he was in that.
Big time. That's where
Yeah.
I recognize his face the most. He was a great character. Very complicated.
I never saw that show.
Loved that show.
And most recently, I watched him on the horror remake of the 70s show, Fantasy Island. Would not really recommend.
Wasn't good.
No, I
Didn't
wouldn't.
care for it. I wanted it to be way better.
I thought it was such a cool concept. And then,
There was a couple of scenes that were fun,
mhm.
but that was about the best I can say about it.
Yep, agreed.
So these guys take him to some sort of mall type area where there's a giant statue of a wrench type kid, a kid holding a wrench, some sort of like it seemed like it could have been a tire place or something. And they're like, "Well, here's the gods." And he's like, "That's the gods?"
That's
and they're
it.
like, "Oh, you can't touch it." But yeah, that's it. And then they head inside the mall to have their meal. So that's actually going to take us to our next live watch clip, and we're calling this one Charleston Heston was right. It was us all along. So they're having their meal, and who crashes the party?
One of these aliens.
We get our first look at our Psychlos.
Psychlos, played by John Travolta.
Played. It's a stretch.
Did I tell you I met Charleston Heston once?
No way.
Yeah. He
Where?
came back in college. He actually, when I worked for like the School of Medicine, and he actually came to I worked in a cancer clinic, and he came through and was just like shaking
Hey,
hands,
guys.
like line up. Like we had to we were told we had to like, line
Awesome.
up so we could shake our hands.
Yeah.
One of the med students had like pink eye or like something. He had something with his eye, and Charles just wouldn't shake his hand. Skipped right over him.
You can't blame them. I mean, we wouldn't even do that now.
Yeah.
This shaking your hands thing. You want us to line up and you want to touch our hands with your hands?
Repeatedly.
You want to touch my hand and touch his hand afterwards? This is weird. Can you just sign this thing? Maybe
Fine,
a
we'll
selfie.
sterilize it.
A 6-foot selfie. Wow, that's cool. Was he a cool guy, or you just
Yeah, I
didn't
mean,
spend too much time to
Not
know
too
him?
much time, but pleasant, kind of came
But he
through,
wasn't like demanding.
no, like did his duty,
yelling. Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
like, I'm
I
here.
said only red M&Ms.
Right.
Get your filthy hands off me, you dirty ape.
Which would have been amazing if he'd said that to that guy.
Amazing. Oh man. So yeah, they get swept up into this flying ship that the Psychlos have, and it's no good. They've been captured.
No bueno. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Are these some animals?
No, I think those are the manimals.
Those are the animals?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Wow, this is like a 90s sci-fi television show on USA.
Nailed it. Dude, he would have broken his fat ankle. Like,
Pepe.
did you call the horse Pepe?
I did. Oh, shit.
Leave him, bro. Leave him.
Are they shooting like air bullets? Oh, it just disintegrates the whole thing. Then why didn't that disintegrate? This is very inconsistent.
Very consistent.
Did he just trip on nothing?
Did he go through glass? Like, he's not going to probably survive that. Is it more glass? Oh my god. 3 layers of glass that he just ran through?
He's still running through it. He's still running.
Oh my. What kind of mall is this?
This is incredibly bad.
Wait. So what city do you think that was supposed to be before? It was close to maybe like a Denver or something, because they're all that like, or Colorado, Denver, yeah.
Because of all the mountains?
Yeah.
Johnny Be Good crashing through all the glass in that mall was a delight to me.
Like, there was no reason to have that many layers, like panes of glass, all in a row.
It's like they made all the stores, instead of walls, they made them out of glass.
Yeah. And put
he
them 3 inches
ran
apart.
through all of them.
It
With not even a
nary a
scratch.
scrape. Nary a scratch. Not the first bit of blood drawn.
Amazing.
Realistic is what it was.
Loved it.
And did you name the horse Pepe, or did he at any point call the horse Pepe?
I named it Pepe.
I
It's the
couldn't remember.
first thing that flew into my head as I saw this beautiful horse running through the mall. So, yeah.
They get captured.
They get captured. And they go to the headquarters of the Psychlos,
Mm-hmm.
which is also in Denver, right? But in
Mhm.
a weird structure.
And I was right. It was Denver.
Yeah, yes, that's right. We do find that out. Very good call. And that's going to take us to our next one. We're calling this one the Cantina Scene. Can you tell us a little bit about this one?
So Travolta has captured a bunch of different humans, and then they go back to base.
So we should talk a little bit about the Psychlos here, since they've been officially introduced. What is a Psychlo?
A large man in moon boots with dreads and bad teeth. That's what I got.
Yes.
So it looks like maybe he should go to a rave.
They're very big, much bigger than humans, maybe 2 or 3 times the size, which means they're probably that much more powerful. In essence, we don't stand a chance.
And they can't breathe oxygen, so when they're, like, out in the world, they've got these little
The little breathing
things.
streaks.
Mhm.
Streeps.
Streeps. You heard it
I'm
here
not from
first.
this country. So yeah, you were saying about. I just wanted to talk a little bit about those guys because they're
Yeah.
so ridiculous
Just
looking.
and
They kind of. What do they look like in essence? Fucking
kind of
Klingons.
yeah, like real cheap
Straight up
Klingons.
ripoff.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if Star Trek had a new series by someone that couldn't say it was Star Trek.
Right.
They're like, here are the Psychlos. So wank,
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 God.
wank.
You know what I
Yona.
mean?
Travolta goes to what looks like it wants to be the Star Wars cantina, but it clearly isn't.
Yeah.
It's got Chris Kattan behind the bar.
Oh, this Chris Kattan barkeep. I mean, did we find out if it was him?
It wasn't.
Okay,
I
because
wish it was.
that actor.
Yeah.
He should just quit whatever he's doing and just do Chris Kattan bits.
And I would, yeah.
Mango everywhere.
Oh, we find out how much they like Midori.
Big fans.
Big fans. Like Travolta's hair is pretty gross, but Forrest Whitaker's hair is kind of like mermaidy, you know?
Yeah.
Is this like their version of the cantina? What's happening? Like,
Yep. Nailed it. You are nailing this movie. It's like you wrote it.
Chris Kattan?
Don't be ashamed. Did you write it?
Alas.
It does look like Chris Kattan, but it's not. It's not. Psychlo?
Mm-hmm.
They could have chosen any name.
Psychlo.
They could have made up a word.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck this guy. I fucking hate him.
worst.
I want him to die.
I hope he does.
There'll be nothing magical about it. What the fuck is happening? You're our commander?
Yeah. Where's he gonna go next?
Look at his
Look at his
hand
hands.
makeup. Look at his hand makeup. I hate him.
This.
I hate him. It's gonna be like Planet of the Apes meets Star Trek.
I'm so angry. I'm gonna throw a coat at you. Ugh.
I love their little shields to keep them clean.
It's COVID chic.
It just doesn't seem like cleanliness is high on their list.
No.
They have a lot of.
But it can't get wet. And are there any female Psychlos?
Yeah, we're Psych-ladies. Oh, we didn't talk about their ridiculous hands, Snowy.
Well,
How
because
could we have forgotten?
I wanted to get to this point before we mentioned they're almost like pig-like hoofy, but like if they had like kind of mint-colored skin.
They're also bigger than the Psychlos faces. So, and they were big faces.
Yeah.
Everything about them was very big, but the hands were comically large.
And they were
and they didn't
done
function.
so poorly. They couldn't grab on anything. They'd have to like take it with two hands like a little baby who doesn't quite have all its motor functions yet. And it's like, I'm gonna hold my cum with both hands and put it in my mouth.
Midori, please.
Yeah. And then it's like
at one point he does take a bunch of Midori.
he does, and he's
I'm
like, I
taking all
want
of
3 to
these.
go.
But he can't hold them in his hands, so he has to hug them like a child.
Yeah, it puts him under his arm. Like
I'm going to take my Midori to my house.
and he has this fight with the bartender, and it's
Dumb.
It's so dumb, and like we at this point I think we've kind of found out like they're not using any profanity.
This is true. We were very shocked by this.
And it's
when
like,
it finally hit home because they're saying things like,
what the crap?
what the crap?
Knothead. And I think
oh man.
and I don't think
But they did say hell at one point. You're going to go to hell.
but that was I think there as a place, not like what the hell.
Right.
Which were like,
So,
they believe in a
which,
Christian
yeah,
God?
are the
Like,
Psychlos Christians?
I'm so confused by, like, it doesn't, there's a lot of, or
Because
the
he
lack
was
of
all about
continuity
cleanliness is godliness, so it just doesn't seem to add up with the Psychlos.
at all.
They're confused people.
100%.
They're trying to figure stuff out. It's like they're in their teens. They're like revolting, but not too much. Trying to figure out my way, and I love Midori.
And why are they on Earth? Why did they take it
I,
over that many years
I don't
ago?
know, but we find out that they came here and beat us in 9 minutes.
Yes.
They go into that, but I couldn't tell you
For
why.
gold, because they want gold. They
That's
want the
right.
gold.
These where the gold at?
Give me the gold.
Yeah, they're gold hungry. But such a lame plot device.
And we don't know something, we never, I don't think, found out how long they had been on Earth.
No, that
That's
didn't.
one
That
thing that
wasn't
doesn't.
clear because it's the year 3000, but we don't know if they got here in 2001.
Yeah. Should we be expecting them any day?
Yeah,
We
yeah.
don't know.
I hope not.
Ugh.
I'm not ready for the Psychlos.
No.
But that's gonna take us to our next one here. We're calling this one "You Ain't Nothing But a Gold Digger." So what's going on here is Travolta and Whitaker, they're scheming to get the Manimals to learn how to run their complicated machinery because they're paying a lot of money for other Psychlos to do stuff. They're like, we could just use this free labor. But the rest of the Psychlos,
Like, ha 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 ha. You're an idiot.
they're hard anti.
Yeah, and apparently that, like, they're like major capitalists, and it's really kind of funny. Like,
They talk a lot about the corporation.
Yeah, there's somebody they call your planetship, but there's at one point, like, maybe there's a union. I
Yeah,
don't know. Like,
these Psychlos, they're so complicated and don't make any sense. Nothing
nothing
makes sense of
about them
how
makes sense.
you have these complex hierarchies set up in your society, but you say words like life breath.
Breath gas.
That's it.
Breath gas.
Weird.
It's the worst.
The hero who's been captured at this point with his two buddies that he met out on his travels, he's not trying to hang out. He wants to escape.
Johnny be good.
Johnny be good. And Johnny be good is being bad.
That's a real severe.
They have drones? Breath gas?
Like,
It's weird the way they speak because they jump from like college professor to 2-year-old in one sentence.
yeah.
The academy simply won't allow it. Your breath air might run out.
I don't really know what's happening. Does he have a big place for his junk? Oh, there's one. There's a lady.
They're slaves to the men. Great. Well, George is not wrong.
Union now.
So they love profit and leather
I don't. I do.
and manimals.
Do you see his facial hair?
It's weird that it just
Just the-
starts right here.
Just the one little, like, long, like,
Yeah.
lines.
I don't know what was decided. I don't know what they were talking about.
They just are getting rocks thrown on them. I don't
But
know.
if they have machinery, why would they waste the resources on, like, slave labor? It doesn't make sense.
I don't know. Get him
That's
up.
counterproductive. It's like those cyclones are dumb or something.
Wow. That was some expert,
Flying?
yes. I was like, driving? Like,
Driving
Navigating?
away. These are all true. You didn't even try to move. Nobody did. They just looked up and then down.
no, they just are covering with their arms. They're, like, so the big bricks won't get them, I guess.
Oh, I guess they were tied up and they couldn't go anywhere. I didn't see that.
Maybe like, I don't know, everybody jump to the side? I don't know. This guy reminds me of the brothers from the band Nelson.
Oh, I don't know that.
I'll just play a song for you later and show you the video so you know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Absolutely love it. One of my favorite songs of the early 90s.
Okay.
Their dad was Ricky Nelson. I can't live without your love and affection. I can't. You don't know that? Okay,
Cool.
no.
No, that's
Okay,
pretty though. You nailed it.
I thought you'd be like, oh yeah, that song.
Missed that one.
You didn't.
What's the wager? I'm sorry.
They're gonna time it until his lungs burst, or speaking Psychlo, because it just makes sense for them to go back and forth between English and Psychlo.
Psychlo for the Cyclones.
Yeah.
I'll remember it this time for sure. I got it right here. I hate the soundtrack.
Oh yeah, it's pretty shitty.
Oh, they're all sharing their air. That's sweet.
It is nice.
Manimal love. Oh shit, bro.
Oh man.
The fuck? They want gold? So, the ladies finally show up.
And
There
they have
are
real
ladies.
long tongues.
Kelly Preston did that.
Yeah, like
I feel like she was the only one having fun with this. Travolta was it was laborious to watch him. Like, he was going so over the top and at the same time not giving a shit. It was quite a feat.
and it's crazy because he's a good actor.
He wasn't having fun, I don't think.
I mean, I
I didn't get that sense off of him. Like, I love this project. I'm so passionate about Psychlos. And that's another thing I had a really hard time during the live watch was nailing down what these things are called.
I think so. I believe
It's
from-
Psychlos.
It's Psychlos. I got to a point. I just gave up on like I was gonna let you call them whatever you wanted. I was like,
We went through several.
it's like they're Psychlos from the planet Psychlo who speak Psychlo. Like, come on.
I don't know why I was having a hard time. They made it pretty
The,
simple.
the come on wasn't for you. It's the lack of originality.
No,
that
you're
was
right.
that was not.
You're right, but I should have caught on to it. I think I was trying so hard.
Psychlosis, like
I feel a little psychosis
Psychloids.
right now. Let me get my
Cyclames.
psychloids.
I don't know.
Cyclons. Oh man. So yeah, they have this meeting. Everyone basically laughs at Travolta for his stupid ideas.
Which actually, in the grand scheme of things, is a pretty good idea.
He's
Like,
kind of taking a lot of shit in the hierarchy of the Cyclos.
which we don't play this part, I don't believe, but when he finds out, like, he'd been on Earth, he wants to get off, he finds out he's gonna have to stay for like another 50 cycles, and they're all like, ha ha ha, and the acting's terrible.
They're treating him terribly.
But
he wants to
he-
get out of there.
At one point, he's like, I was first in my class, and this, and we're like 40 years ago, doesn't count. Like, it's like those like guys who are in their like 40s and 50s who were like, yo, I was the quarterback back in the day in high
Mhm.
school. Like, cool.
My GPA was, or what's that test you take? The important one in
SAT?
high school. Mm-hmm. Clearly, I aced it.
I did not study. I didn't do anything for it. I took it once, and then I was like, I'll go back. I'll take it one more time. Like, literally almost missed it. I forgot I had to take it. Scored 50 points higher than the first time. I was like, cool, we're done
Nice.
here.
We'll take that. Yeah.
Don't care.
Dunsies. And that's going to take us to our next one. We're calling this live watch clip Rats. Pretty much the upper management has trolled Travolta. No, your ideas are dumb. Just do what you're supposed to do here and get the gold or whatever. Because they're gold crazy. Travolta's like, hey, Forrest Whitaker, let's get some Midori and hash out a plan to get these manimals to learn stuff. And Whitaker's like, all right.
Cool.
And so they start teaching the manimals on the sly.
The
And-
Lolo. How the crap should I know?
I'm
Look how
gonna start
PG
using
this
that.
is.
I'm gonna start using that. Yes. Yes. No way you survive up there with those clothes.
It's too Chile.
It's not gonna happen. Oh, we just gotta make it over there. That's fine.
Over the
We
river
can-
and through the woods.
There's no food around, bro. They're in the top of a
Yeah.
mountain. You can't just find.
Yeah, like I
There's
can't
nothing-
just find like fucking a loose sog and some chicken tikka and be like,
My favorite food. How lucky.
my God, none.
Garlic naan. Ooh, let's get some Indian.
Oh, they're gonna eat the rats.
They didn't even cook it.
Ugh.
They're just
I'm gonna
chomping
throw up.
right
I'm gonna
into
fucking
it.
throw up.
Even the Cyclops are like, no. This guy's making up shit
He's
right out of his ass.
ridiculous.
Don't you know anything?
He ate that with such ferocity.
Such
like
vigor. He chomped right in. He was shaking.
he was excited.
Oh no, I got rat on my shirt. It tried to bite
me?
you? You know how to say butt me?
knothead. What the crap?
Shit.
My God, I love how wholesome this movie is.
We could have definitely seen this as children.
Yeah.
Nothing terrifying here
Nope.
other than the terrible movie we're watching.
Aspen. It's spring?
It's not winter. We should jump into that, right?
Oh, the storms are brewing. I was like he's still got his sweet braids. They keep slapping him in the face.
Yeah. Because he does a lot of dramatic head pivoting.
Did they not hear that thing? Yeah, throw those rocks at it.
Watch where you're going, bro. What are you... Oh my god. I would have kept going, I think.
Yeah, like...
I wouldn't start kneeling, I'll tell you that much.
Travolta's like, I've got rats for you.
I got your
favorite
favorite.
So the other two get away?
Oh boy.
The Psychlos are so dumb.
So dumb. It's like, how did their society get
Make
to
it,
where
like-
they are? Because if Travolta and Whitaker are supposed to be some of the top, they're screwed.
They
guys-
have no hope.
Especially Whitaker could give two shits about anything. He's just like,
He's like, can I get new wives?
Where the Midori at?
Yeah, where the Midori at? I need some new wives. And I really can't fault him for that.
Nah, it's not a bad plan.
No.
Travolta's definitely going about it the wrong way. He's passionate in ways that you shouldn't be. Although he is really pissed off about that whole slight and being basically banished to Earth for a shitload of time.
Yeah, like pretty much for the rest of his life. Like that's
Yeah. He got a bad deal there. So he's desperate to get out of it. That kind of makes sense. And so the Manimals, especially Johnny Be Good, his only focus is escape. He just keeps trying to get out of there. And the Psychlos, they're kind of learning from their behavior and figuring out what the Manimals are all about, what their skill sets are, what their favorite foods are. Which we found out to be
rats.
raw
They're-
rat.
Yeah.
Not just rat.
Like, and it's because the Psychlos don't possess the common sense. Like, they're eating because they're starving. Like, the humans are eating.
Right. And the fact that
like-
they don't get this. Now, the Psychlos haven't eaten. So maybe they're a race that doesn't eat.
I don't-
So they're like, what
Maybe.
are these guys doing to these rats?
Maybe the Midori drinks have all the nutrition in them.
Could be one of those situations.
know.
Yeah. But that's going to take us to our next Life Watch clip. We're calling this one Learn to Completion. Listen, if I'm going to learn.
I'm gonna do it to completion.
Oh, every time. So what's going on here is Travolta, he has this machine that is basically a ray of light. It's pretty cool looking. And there's a chair on the other side
You
of
get
it.
strapped into a dentist chair,
You get strapped in, and the light beams into your eyeballs,
and
and you learn everything.
you learn everything. Like whatever they want you to learn, like boom.
All the knowledge of all the worlds and all the times.
Mhm.
And
And
so
there's this sad little alien thing that's
yeah,
like,
the little
we created this.
hologram.
We're probably
Welcome.
extinct now.
We're here to give you the great pleasure of learning Psychlo.
The
people
master
that killed
race.
us.
Yeah, it's so pathetic and awful.
It is. It's sad. And so as a result, what happens to Johnny Be Good?
He's way smarter than Psychlos now.
Way smart. You guys had a
They
very
made a
big
mistake.
flaw in your plan.
They
You
made a
taught
mistake.
the monkeys how to fire guns.
Yeah.
And learn language.
Yeah.
And then what happens? That's an age-old story. We've been down this road before, you guys. Yeah. Johnny Be Good's like, I've gotta give my knowledge to the
gotta-
other men, to my
Gotta let
buddies.
him know. Yeah.
And
I think
at one point he starts doing complicated geometries and algebra equations on the floor with a stick.
do we
That's what's coming up next.
Okay.
And I just want to say this before we run into the clip. One of them animals says to Johnny Be Good, seems kind of hard to understand. I can't even say it. Gee, Johnny, this stuff's hard. Yup, I get it.
No, I gotta go back. I gotta
haven't
learn.
finished learning. I'm gonna learn to completion, okay?
Wow. I love learning to completion.
Are you teaching them algebra? Johnny. This
I
is
am-
delightful.
I like how he's just throwing out words. Algebra,
Molecular biology.
engineering, square root,
Bye.
science.
Oh God,
This
this
is a house
the
of
best.
learned doctors.
This is how we get smarts, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, he can read it, no problem.
That was Braille for a second. Looks like
They're saying these
Asian.
words like no problem. Pretty sure when we first met this guy, he went. "Ooh, ooh, 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 ooh."
Yeah, like he was grunting like a chimpanzee. We should go to the zoo. I
Yes.
fucking love the zoo.
Oh no, I don't. I feel sad for the animals.
Well, you know, the one we have is the biggest one in the world.
Really?
Biggest one in the world. Yep.
Get out of
The
town.
animals have more room than like anywhere else, really.
Maybe then. So yeah, Travolta and Whitaker are busy teaching these guys, and they've decided we're gonna go ahead with whatever dumb plan they have going on, but we're gonna spend most of our time and energy figuring out how to escape now that we're so smart.
Mhm.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know about the street smarts of the Psychlos.
No, there's none. There's no finesse. There's no like. They suck so hard,
Yeah, yeah. And
just like this movie.
Travolta's getting cocky, right? He thinks he's getting the upper hand on these animals. So he takes them to the library,
Mhm.
which has been pretty much destroyed. There's still a lot of books.
Tons of books everywhere. They're just disheveled now. It's like,
Yeah, yeah.
like the Psychlos
Dusty.
came through and
Very
just
dusty.
ran like threw them all on the floor, and then said, "We're done here."
Yeah. And he's like, yeah, I'm so cocky and I'm so sure of myself that I know that by bringing you here, you can't even figure anything out that might be problematic for
Because
us.
this is when he says, "We destroyed your planet in 9 minutes.
This is when we find
We
out.
won you. We won you guys over in 9 minutes."
Yeah, that's how easy it was. Then this is where it's unclear. Then I guess they started right away making them mine for gold. And gold isn't our biggest resource. What a weird, is it? I
No,
don't know a
no,
lot
it
about our natural resources,
but
but
it's
I
just
can't imagine
the
it's number
Psychlos,
one.
that's their thing. Is they like
So they
they
must have seen some gold here, and it was like, it's enough. Let's take over.
we're gonna take all the world's gold.
Mhm,
That's what we're
mhm,
here.
mhm.
And he's trying to get them to mine. He's got this like specific group of manimals that he's getting to like mine for the gold, like on the low, and then he's gonna take it. Like he and Forrest are gonna split it.
That's right. That's right. He's got a lot of schemes because he's real bitter about the whole situation with upper management.
Yeah, yeah. And I don't know what his end game is. Like
I'm not sure he knows. So the Manimals, they revolt again. But then Whitaker shows up with Manimal's Johnny B. Good's girlfriend, all shackled up
that's right. And he's got
with a
something
weird
around her neck.
necklace.
It's pretty much I can blow her up from anywhere at any given time, bro.
Yeah, and one of Johnny B. Good's buddies, he gets killed. He's really bummed out about it. Yeah, the troops rally around Johnny and they get Travolta. He's like on the ground in a weird sexy pose. Remember?
Maybe
They
it was
had him
so hot that I
surrounded.
blocked it from my memory.
That's probably
Maybe
it.
it was just so sexy and
That's
hot.
probably
Yeah.
it. Now, we haven't talked about Triple Chins, but he was real gross.
He was disgusting. He was the one that
Physically,
like
and his character
everything
was real
about him. Yeah, it was
skeevy.
gross. But he was the one that decided that Travolta's character had to stay on the planet for
However
50
many
more cycles
centuries
or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, and you remarked, which we didn't see in this clip, how he had tiny little hairs on the side of
Oh,
his chin.
it was
They're
repugnant.
really long. The Psychlos are not a good-looking race.
No,
I
they
don't
aren't.
mean to be mean, but I'm gonna say it.
No, that's fine. I don't think you're gonna offend any Psychlos. And
Please, the Psychlos that are listening to the podcast, don't turn it off. I'm just not attracted to your people.
not everybody's for everybody, you know.
Boy, isn't that the truth. And then that's going to take us to our next one. We're calling this one, They've Got This. And here's where I spoke to you earlier about there's a part you're going to see where I completely gave up. Now, guys, I was leading this episode this week. And so I had to rewatch it. I
Bless
had
you.
no choice. And it took me about 3.5 tries. It was a struggle. And so at some point, for the description of this clip, I wrote, to be honest, I have no fucking idea what's going on. Texas? You guys know what Texas is? I'm so confused. Oh, here we go.
They know how to fist bump.
Yeah. Homies will be homies.
Yeah.
I don't like the way he clenched his butt. It looked really bad in his pants. You know exactly what I'm fucking talking about.
I was looking at it also.
That's all I can look.
Oh, they found war tanks. Thank goodness.
And know how to drive them and use them.
Yeah.
Oh, semi-automatics, no problem. We were using sticks yesterday.
But today,
Flying.
do you not think maybe when they took over the planet in 9 minutes, they may have wiped out all that stuff?
Well, they didn't stop to think.
Oh, thank
They
God, a
didn't
flight
think it through.
simulator, so they can learn super fast.
Whew.
Thank goodness.
This is just like the laser beam, you guys.
How many times are they going to say learning machine?
I got a learning machine right here. No problem. Do you guys know what cake is?
No.
I am shocked by what these guys know. Dome.
That
Shocking. Texas. Mind blowing. cake?
You guys have
That's
definitely never had cake. When
otherworldly.
they actually get cake, their minds are gonna like literally like their chest gonna explode. Like he's just holding a nuclear weapon.
No problem. No
Like a little baby.
No problem. No problem, boss. He's like, don't get hard. Don't get hard. Also, do you have any more scrunchies?
I love how that guy says nothing. He's just there for dramatic effect.
And always looking real like
It kind of looks like a weird vagina, like a weird middle vagina at the bottom.
Wow, I didn't. It does now.
No? Yeah. No.
It wasn't my first, but it's there. I love that Psychlos love gold.
Beautiful. Now is it going to be too heavy?
No, you're acting like a manimal right now. Too heavy? You know the word patsy?
3 words for you. Laser eye thingy. Patsy's at the top of that fucking list. As lasers are like, let me teach you a word. Be somebody's bitch for something.
I've got to stop focusing on this. This is the wrong thing to focus on. I'm afraid I'm losing a lot of the movie's plot.
Are you really losing it? What would you do if you're in a room of people and they started grunting like that?
Let me give you a choice. A, I stay and try to figure it out, or B, I bounce. What do you think I do?
You're gonna bounce.
Bounce super hard.
Yeah, like, I've got to go. We gave up on the movie at this point. They had given up long before that.
Oh boy, so much is going on and not going on at the same time. First of all, I couldn't focus on anything but the vocabulary of the movie.
You really couldn't. That was like your number one thing. Like,
so what's going on is Johnny B. Good is teaching the rest of the animals who are really good at learning. The manimals, man, they're
like
on
they're just
point.
picking up shit. Like all
Left
academically
and
gifted.
right.
Every last one.
Top of the class.
Yeah. AP courses. You hear me? None of that CP college preparatory shit. Like they're gonna go ahead and earn the college credit. Yeah. I love it when like the best thing is the moment when they're learning how to fly warplanes and you're like, weren't they fighting with sticks yesterday?
Yeah,
like
the guy's like, no problem.
Not like we got this.
They're in the flight simulator, and how is it moving? Other manimals are pushing it and yelling and grunting.
It is asinine. It's what it is.
So
like
asinine. They've definitely uncovered a giant warehouse of flight, like jet planes, tanks.
Oh, and
machinery.
The best part is while they're doing all this, they're tricking Travolta into thinking they're actually mining for gold by getting it from Fort Knox.
That's right. That's right. Because these mammals are no fools. In fact, at the same time that they've tricked Travolta, they're also tricking Whitaker.
Yes.
Johnny B. Good, he starts whispering some whispers of discontent.
Mm-hmm.
Like, did you think that Travolta recorded you pretty much saying you're responsible for this plan just for funsies?
Yeah.
And he's like, wait a minute.
Yeah, he's I feel like the Psychlos are it's easy to turn them
against each other.
Yeah,
they're very easily fooled. I'm very interested how they got so advanced, how their species has survived all this time, how they've been able to so easily overpower entire other worlds in minutes.
Yeah,
they don't seem that smart.
They don't. And I feel like if it in the reality of it, they would not have survived. They would be like,
no,
I say he did. Like they would like long since been gone.
Oh man. So that's going to take us to our next one. And we're calling this one The Matrix. And what do we have going on here, Snowy?
Well, my notes I've got sparkly. We wrote this. Manimals in the city. Ammo-less ammo. Smart car logos. And hovercraft.
Your notes are brilliant, and I love your method. Mine go a little something like this. The Manimals deliver the gold to a very suspicious Travolta. And he's like, hey, why is the gold like this? Because as we pointed earlier,
We get it
the
from Fort Knox.
Manimals, they're like, hey, the gold's already here. It's already ready to go. And so Travolta's like, what's up with my gold? And they're like, hey, we've made this even better, this gold for you. We put it in these sweet bars.
He's like, how you got time to do that?
And
Like, he's
Travolta's
pissed
not
about
into
it. He's super upset about
He's throwing
it.
a huge tantrum.
A little bitch.
The long anticipated revolt finally begins. Yeah, destroy it. Down with the man. Wow, they're terrible shots.
Thank goodness. Much like a stormtrooper.
It's like a Matrix scene right here.
I like how sparkly this scene is.
Yeah, beautiful. I want the Matrix, but bedazzle it. Got it, boss.
You know what we're gonna do? Make it fashion.
Surrounded by Klingons with giant hands. Boss,
And
when you
huge
say giant
beehives.
hands, do you mean like this big?
No.
Not big enough.
Double it.
Manimals in the city sounds like an adventure.
They've got on sunglasses, driving convertibles. That bicycle tire.
That bicycle
did
tire
not-
in particular
did not
It
break
was
the
like
store
one
that
from
Asian
the
restaurant.
1880s. That's built out of like sticks.
I can't-
Explosives are set, boss. You just let me know. I like their ammo because it requires no ammo.
Yeah. Do you think they just like plug it in to charge it, or
Plug
what?
it in, plug it in.
I like it. That should be like the new smart car logo. More sparkly.
Do not clench your butt any more.
He's
Not
scared.
down with it. He's doing quite the opposite of a clench there.
He's dropping a deuce in the wild.
Drop it like it's hot.
Boo. He's like, oh shit. Oh.
Oh, sneaky sneaky.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Don't get so excited, bro.
Oh, that's why you're a man.
His teeth are pretty good to be.
way good. He's definitely
Look
not.
at his face.
He's
Like,
not a
oh,
Cyclops.
shit.
He's not a Cyclops. I learned how to fly this.
It's a good thing. Now, do they stay in the air like that? Is
Yeah, that's completely accurate.
Is
They just kind of
hover?
But like,
I didn't
but
know
like
planes hovered
uneasily,
like that.
almost like a drunken hover.
Well, you know, there may have been some advances in technology, but I don't buy
There
it.
may have been.
May-
Nope. Enter any room yelling immediately. Oh! That's how us manimals do it. These manimals are killing me. You guys, here's where we are at this point in the movie.
They didn't learn the word sneaky. That was
The manimals, they're having an aerial battle with the Psychlos and win.
somehow like it.
The flight simulators, possibly the best flight simulators ever created.
100%.
We've got to invest in these flight simulators, Snowy.
And what's incredible is how they win and the ridiculous plan to make sure no Psychlos come after that. Like,
In fact, we've got to go to the next one because you do such a great job of explaining things to my confounded brain that I've named this next clip Snowy Explains It All. Teleport. I'll buy that the one kid knows this stuff, but how do they all know this stuff?
Who, Johnny? Because remember that time that he drew on the floor in the jail cell? He was like,
yes!
engineering, algebra, science. It's very simple if you try. And they were all like, hoo, hoo, hoo.
I can't.
Beeps.
Oh, not even a Psychlorg can survive through that. Oh, that's gonna shatter.
Yeah. Y'all get undercover, like maybe.
Sweet mask. It's only cracked. Don't worry, guys.
Fucking fire your weapons towards the ceiling.
He's only chief of security.
He's essentially a mall cop.
Pretty much.
We're watching
Paul Blart over here.
Oh my God,
really should chop my nails a little bit. Uh-oh. Manimals down all over the place. He's gonna sacrifice himself.
Noble.
Oh, it's fine. No problem.
Look at his hair just blowing
Maybe
in
it's
the breeze.
Maybelline. What was that herbal essence one?
Oh,
I'll
and
have
they had
what
like
she's doing.
yeah, I'll have what she's having. She's fucking shampooing her hair, being like, oh yeah. Like, ridiculous. They're
killing us! I'm gonna do that when they start killing people.
Oh.
Put it together.
Don't give him a countdown. You never know who's listening. Just fucking do it, bro. Where did he get it? Thank God he saw his rocket launcher beside him. Thank goodness that unstrapped.
Justy launcher.
An piece of cake. Again, he'll never know. He will never know.
Manimal down. I can't wait for that TV show. Manimal. Oh, I'm setting up my TiVo for the Manimal series.
Oh, yeah.
Can't miss an episode.
Absolutely not. Now, do you think that the theme song for that would have maybe like been sung in Manimal? I'm like, ooh, 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 ooh. Like, ooh. You think that would have been
Manimal, Manimal. Snowy, your attempt, and I appreciate it so much, your attempt to explain this movie to me. Brilliant.
Do what I can, buddy.
I still need help.
I think the writers probably are like they
don't
know. They were just
they don't know. So we certainly couldn't know. But so yeah, so there's the dogfight. They're incredibly good at driving or flying planes, and our good friend sacrifices
Carlo
himself. He first attempts to fly right into the glass. It just cracks it a little bit, but thankfully he's suddenly surrounded by explosives everywhere, and luckily has a grenade launcher or a rocket launcher, a bazooka. Now we're big fans of bazookas.
We love a bazooka.
And he was like, you know what? I'm gonna blow this stuff up, and he does. It's a big kaboom.
He does indeed. So thus concludes
That's it.
our garbage movie that we had to watch.
Good Lord Snowy. we've got to talk about it, but before we do,
Go to our live watch, end of movie, comments, thoughts, feelings.
I love all that.
Is
That can't be it.
is that it?
Wow.
That was a mistake.
Wow. Snowy.
I'll never get that 2 hours of my life back.
Ever. That was atrocious beyond. We have
There's
this recap.
nothing redeeming.
I'm not even sure. I
They'll-
have to say Cyclone one more fucking time. That was my fault. I wouldn't stop saying it.
Wow, that was
Horrific.
yeah.
Hated it.
That's all I got. So one thing that the audience will not hear is when we were about, I'd say maybe 2/3 of the way through the movie, and we decided we needed to take a little break. And you were like, "Can we please have a drink? Because this movie is bumming me the fuck out." And I was like, "I got you, boo boo."
And she did, you guys. She had me. Much like right now, I've started drinking and feel great.
We're on a little mini vacay. It is just fine.
That's right.
You know, we should probably get into real talk, I suppose.
I think we need to because there's lots to say.
This movie was complete and utter garbage.
Hated it every moment. Oh boy, guys.
I mean, the script was atrocious. The storyline made no fucking sense. The acting, when you have
production,
that caliber
sound,
of actor, and you're gonna that's how poorly they're gonna do. I mean, honestly, like your leads in the movie were all good fucking actors.
Travolta seemed so bummed out to be in this. And
Yeah.
you would have thought it would be the exact opposite. That he would bring such energy and his expertise of being in
Yeah,
the
and that
business
he put so much of his own
decades.
money into it, and then he
Yeah.
was so excited about the project itself, and then he had the audacity to call it the Schindler's List of sci-fi, like the Schindler's List of sci-fi. Excuse me, like the
wow,
fact, like
what a statement,
right? Now I wanted to say this for the end because this was another quote regarding the movie that the Washington Post said, and I just absolutely loved it. "A million monkeys with a million crayons would be hard pressed in a million years to create anything as cretinous as
Mhm.
Battlefield Earth."
Damn.
Yeah, that's a burn. That's a mic drop.
Mic drop. Drop it, drop.
And then, like Liz said earlier, like you have the production company who was like, "Oh, this movie's gonna like cost like about 70 something million to make," and they made it for 30 or 40 something. And
How
then
did these people get
pocketed-
away with this?
Well,
though?
obviously they
That's it.
didn't because that's what put them into bankruptcy, and then they ended up just disbanding. Do you know how much movie this money made worldwide?
how much movie this money made. Well, I'm gonna go with 3.5 movies.
How much money this movie made?
It couldn't have made money.
30 million worldwide. Like
What did it cost?
it cost more than that to make.
Oh my god. This was so bad.
It was it was just
Yeah, I try really hard for the movies that we watch. I know we're watching bad movies and I get it. I signed up for it. But I try really hard in all my watches to find some redeeming
yeah,
factor. And usually I find something.
something.
Nothing.
Here there was nothing.
I swear to God, Snowy,
was
not a
nothing.
goddamn thing.
Yeah,
not
not
one
a thing.
moment. It was just the delight was roasting the shit out of it.
Yeah, that was the best part of the movie.
Yes. That it existed so that we could do this podcast.
Yeah, I would never recommend this to anybody. Not even
Absolutely not.
as a fun like
Not
ha
as a joke,
ha.
not a
Like
portion
I
of
don't
it.
want people to hate me and be like, "You got me to watch this movie. I'm gonna come after you and
Guys,
destroy
do
you."
not watch this. In fact, I think we need to jump into the rating.
I think we do
because
too.
I have a strong feeling that
Me
we're going to
too.
be in the same area.
I think we are.
Because I'm giving this guy a big ol' fat stinking a 0.
A big old goose egg. This has made it to our deplorables list.
The deplorables. Now,
This is the second one.
We haven't talked a lot about the deplorables because I thought, very naively, we'll never get a deplorable again.
Yeah.
So we don't even need to
Santa
explain.
with muscles is it.
We don't need to explain to the good people what even a deplorable is. But now we must.
Yeah. A deplorable is a movie so god awful that it should be destroyed and never spoken of again.
Yes. When we're both zeros, that
That's
means
that's rough.
0.
Yeah.
So, Santa with muscles, you have joined
You have a friend now.
Battlefield Earth. Now, we're not hoping to see a lot more deplorables.
No.
It's not a goal we want.
Mm-mm.
But I am curious to see how long that list will get eventually.
Yes.
I think we should go and talk about something we want to talk about.
This week we are skipping sombrero picks because next week is St. Patty's Day.
We're doing a little special feature
Mm-hmm.
on a little something called the Leprechaun series.
Yes. So we are gonna
Now,
watch.
I'm new to this.
No, I've never seen
never seen any
seen
of
it.
You too?
I've never seen it.
Delightful.
No, I have seen. I mean, obviously, like clips here and there.
Now,
but
I
I
believe
have-
there's 5 or 6 total.
Yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. Is we are gonna start with the original Leprechaun, starring Jennifer Aniston.
Very
I
excited.
believe is it Warwick Davis that's the Leprechaun in this?
I think so.
Who I love as an actor.
He's awesome.
I think he's fantastic.
Now, we have some more fun stuff for you guys today.
We do.
We have some listener feedback.
Mm-hmm.
We just need a jingle for that. Ba-da-boom. Brats, brats, brats.
Oh my goodness.
Ear. So where are we starting with our first listener feedback?
So this is from Podbean,
Okay.
and this is from @EmilyJ.Shears. I love listening to you girls. I listen on my way to work and freaking laugh the entire time. Can't wait to hear what the sombrero delivers.
Oh, Emily.
Such a nice thing. and-
Biffle. That's my Biffle.
That's right. That is your biffle.
Emily, thank you so much. That's so sweet. And we love the support.
And then I have another one.
Okay. Round 2.
Yes. And this is from a listener named Cindy Phelps.
Huh.
These two will make you belly laugh even when you feel like crap. The Doctor and Snowy definitely complement each other. They give insight into well-chosen B movies, sometimes C, even D.
Even D, right, girl?
So easy to fall in love with these two and their shenanigans. They may be rating B movies, but these two friends get an A+.
Oh,
That's so cute. I love it so much.
Thank you, Cindy.
Yeah, that's
huge,
dope.
Supporter of the podcast, and
Yes,
we couldn't love you more if we tried.
it's true. It's very true.
Oh man, so that does it for this episode. Snow.
Yeah, we are donezo.
What an adventure! What a delight!
Parts of it were.
Yes, hear from the beautiful river. But in the meantime, we'd love to hear from you.
Yes, please holler at us on Facebook,
Hello.
Instagram. Talk to us at realfuntimespodcast@gmail.com. Follow, like, subscribe, comment, rate, review.
Ooh, I like that. Flowing. Yeah. Tell a friend.
do it.
Tell a neighbor. Tell a visitor.
Tell a family member. Tell somebody at your job. That's
Tell your pets. We
Yeah.
love pets.
We love pets. They're great.
And join us next week for our little jaunt into the Leprechaun series
Yeah.
for St. Patty's
So we can
Day.
find ourselves a pot of gold
Bring a delicious green beer. I will have one.
or a shamrock shake.
Oh, shamrock shake. Can we put booze in that?
Of course we can.
Oh my God, you guys. Oh man, thank you. Looking forward to next week.
Yeah.
And I'll see you later.
Bye.
Science. Thank you for listening to Real Fun Times, your favorite movie podcast.
Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Real Fun Times. REELFUNTIMES. Real Fun Times is produced by Drea Age, Rose Age, and Noelle Phelps. The thoughts and opinions expressed herein are solely those of the individual hosts, nobody else's. No one's.
Real Fun Times is not affiliated with or connected to any of the motion pictures, music, or other clips played within this podcast. All movie clips and music included in this podcast are the intellectual property of the respective copyright holders. They're included here for review purposes, and absolutely no infringement is intended.
And lastly, a tip of the hat and a sincere thank you to our friend, Autopsy Summer Camp, for our rad outro music. To hear more of his offerings and collaborations, check him out on Instagram at Autopsy Summer Camp. Ew.
Any lady Psychlos.
Is it a race of homosexuals?
I mean, I'm down with it.
I mean,
I'm just
yeah.
curious.
And it'd be cool going through somewhere knowing we wouldn't be sexually harassed.
It would be cool. Could run around town saying, "I'm a manimal, manimal."
On the phone. On the phone.
Don't
So-
the manimals know that if they united against the Psychlots?
The Psychlots? Oh my. I think there are no Psychlots, and that may be the problem why they're so angry and don't brush their teeth. But that would be too easy for them to realize they need to band together.
Ew.
Ew.
What is that?
I think they're food.
Oh, is it guacamole? I'm down with that.
Like, can a sister get some chips?
I've always wanted a trough of guacamole.
Is that what you want for your birthday this year? We make you just the biggest bowl of
Absolutely.
guacamole I can.
Biggest bowl ever.
30
Put
avocados
one
went
little
to this.
candle on it. It's mine.
I can't. I'm gonna throw up.
Oh man, that is not COVID appropriate in any way.